Hi friends, this is lovely evening time in Sydney today. I just analyzing the chart of Nifty and thought to make this video to share with you my observations. Um, so this is first video in series of video that I'm planning to do on a regular basis relating to stock market, primarily our index and the other major stocks for trading and investing point of view. So investing point of view, I'll be making some videos basis the weekly charts wherever I see some opportunities for long-term investing, and on the other side for the trading, I'll be using the daily and the intraday 15 minutes or hourly chart. Right, so I'm on investing.com website, and this is symbol for Nifty 50 if you see here, and we are looking at a daily chart. So looking at daily chart, it really Friday was a very good day for bulls, and after a correction of approximately 400 points, Nifty bounced back Thursday and Friday from the lows of um, you know if you look at the lows, this is basically the lows of 550 roughly. So from 550, so Nifty has bounced back and created and broken that high of, on a closing high basis, let's say it has broken since the big fall that we have seen. Another important thing for this is that Nifty has been able to cross that moving average to 200-day daily moving average. I'll show you that. So which in itself is a kind of very confirmation, because if you understand what is moving average, and particularly 200-day period moving average, that's being used by the big money managers and the long-term investors, and if it is able to sustain and stay above the this 200-day period moving average, which sits at around 10 880 875 kind of, so that will be a big booster, and it will give a direction to the in the coming days to Nifty. So this is about it. So let's get this out of the way, and let's now look at this. So Nifty has clearly broken out. Let's go to our hourly chart so that we can see what kind of opportunity we can get in the coming week. So hourly chart is generally looked at for a view ranging from 1 day to 3 to 4 days time frame. So here if we look at it, so we clearly see this was the high that Nifty has made last time before this correction took place. So if you mark that high here, so that clearly shows that Nifty had gone here, tested that 200-day moving average on daily basis, but was unable to cross 10,900, and then it took a big cut here, and the Nifty fall down to 10,565 levels. From there Nifty saw a big push up on and then again fallen. So this, if you see this pattern here, so this pattern clearly shows, and which is kind of for technical analysis, is a very good pattern. Also some people call it W pattern, some people call it a double bottom as well. And the important point here is to see whether this double bottom is confirmed. So if you look at it, this double bottom is called to be confirmed when it crosses the high of the middle high of the two lows, so which is at around 10,820. So yesterday it has confirmed and broken higher. So now the next question is, if this is broken, so what's the importance? So now it can help us basically identify or give us a target, what target we can expect on Nifty. So to estimate the target, what we generally do is from the peak between the two lows, which is 10,820 round figure, to the bottom of the two lows, which is 10,570. So this comes out to be 250 points, and if we add that up to this 10,820, the 250 points comes to then basically 11,100 kind of a range. So this is the target that we can see coming in next few days. However, 11,000 is going to be stiff resistance, considering there's a lot of call writing happening on and has happened on 11,000 mark. And secondly, it's a big number, it's a round number, right? So this is all about, let's say, Nifty looks bullish given a breakout where we can get, let's say, if it corrects again on Monday, Tuesday. So where do we see the opportunity to get in again? So the opportunity that we see is at around 10,880, 870 zone, and another big opportunity is 10,820 zone. So with that, and keeping a stop loss of this low of 780, 10,780, we can have the risk reward is going to be much better if we as lower we get it with a stop loss of 10,780. All right, so this is clearly on Nifty, and let's also look at what is options data saying on Nifty, so that we see how it's looking in terms of options. Is basically, this generally tells us where the support and where the resistance lies, because options are generally very good indicators, and particularly on expiry days, the option sellers basically they manage the Nifty movements. So this is strike price, this is calls, this is put side. So if you look at the puts, so highest amount of put writing has happened on 10,700, and then followed by, though we don't have to really go that down maybe after this pullback, but here if you look at 10,700, 10,800, 10,900, so almost 54 lakhs to 55 lakhs of kind of put writing has happened, which gives us a support zone here within this range. So we don't expect Nifty to go down below this 10,700 at the time being. And on the other side, if you look at it, another important point is basically if you see how much is the build-up that has taken place on a put side now in all these three strike price of 10,700, 800, and 900, which itself is a very huge volume. Now, if you look at the call side, which is kind of going to be your resistance per se, if you look at, so 11,000 is of course one area wherein a lot of substantial call writing has happened. However, the highest call writing is at 11,200. So which coincide with our double bottom target on Nifty as well. If we go about here, so if you look at here, so double bottom target that we spoke about is about 11,100, and Nifty call writing also suggests us that 11,200 is going to be a kind of major resistance if it takes away the 11,000 psychological mark. It's all about Nifty. Let's move on to Banknifty now. So this is Banknifty's daily chart. Banknifty has underperformed Nifty substantially. If you look at it, Nifty has kind of taken over its last swing high, which was here, and now it has taken over, as against Banknifty, which is substantially lower as compared to Nifty. However, if you look at this after these 2 days of rally, wherein in last 5 days Banknifty had fallen from 23,090 to roughly about 21,000, which is a substantial 2,100 point drop, right, and much higher than Nifty. But last 2 days, if you look at this zone here, so it clearly shows us that Banknifty has created a candlestick pattern called Morning Star, which is a red candle followed by a pin bar or a shooting star or a hammer, and then a green candle closing above that hammer green. It's a very nice pattern. So success ratio of the pattern is generally seen to be to the range of 55 to 60%. On the other side, if you look at it, so how much time this pattern takes to fructify, generally see the best results are seen in next 3 to 5 sessions. So safe to say that next 3 to 5 sessions, if this pattern to fructify, it can go in next 3 to 5 days. It can go us and give us better results and good results for that matter. So let's go to the intraday charts and see what kind of observations do we have there. So I've moved on to hourly chart on Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty hourly chart clearly suggests us that this was kind of zone here. So there is a chart pattern in technical analysis which is a reversing pattern, which is called this pattern that we see is very interesting pattern, right? So this is called a double bottom pattern, again, as we have seen in Bank Nifty as well. So this pattern gives us a target, and this has kind of, let's say if you were to see whether it is confirmed or not. So this pattern has confirmed because the peak between the two lows has been taken out. So yesterday's last hour trade has really boosted, and that was a 400 points in 1 hour. It was big rally led by HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank. So with this in mind, so what is the target that's coming out? And clearly the target is about 1900 to 1000 points. Again, as we calculate what is our target going to be, so adding 2109 or 22,000 or 2100, 900, adding that 900 points, it takes us to the range of last high that was around 23,000 maybe. So we can simply say the next target can be around 23,000 or 22,900, 800 range. So good risk reward. So stop loss can be put here at 21,500. So 1:2 kind of risk reward ratio, not bad. And if we closely look at it, it's not only double bottom pattern that we see here. So we also see another pattern which is formed and which clearly can be seen on a 15-minute chart, let's say. So I put this chart out for 15 minutes. If you see here, so there is another pattern which is called inverted head and shoulder pattern, right? Which is again a very trend reversal pattern. So Bank Nifty was falling and then it is now reversing its trend. So this trend also shows that where in the short term Nifty can take a breather before hitting that bigger target of 2300. So it probably is going to stop somewhere around this level, which is 22,600, because if you look at the range of this here, 21,800 and 2160, so about 800 points from this level. So that 21,800, that gives us complete 800 points, and that target is 22,600. And here also natural resistance is also there, which was a kind of big gap down or gap up and then sell off in the Bank Nifty that we saw a couple of days back. So after that there is of course a gap. So that gap in itself is going to act as a resistance. So of course then we'll have to see how Bank Nifty behaves in this particular time, whether it consolidates here or just gaps up, or it takes a breather and then move up. So this is on Bank Nifty. Now let's go to option chain data. What does Bank Nifty option chain on the weekly? So I'm again back on NSE's website. So I put it to options. So 23rd July weekly option data I'm looking at. So if you look at the highest number of put writing is here at 21,500, which is going to work as a natural support for this. However, we have not seen really that kind of substantial put writing happening here, so which in itself can be a little bit of a trigger for market to. But on the other side, if you look at, so the highest amount of call writing is seen at 23,000 range. However, still far, but in the mid 22,500 is another equivalent amount of call writing, and then 500,000 is at 22,000. So if Nifty is able to sustain above 22,000, so this 500,000 kind of call writers will be forced to close their trades and book their losses. So that short covering in itself can take Bank Nifty to the levels of 22,300 kind of, or 22,200 to 300 levels, and then open up the way to 22,500. So that is again in sync of that target of 22,600. So maybe 22,500, 600 can be a range that we can look and adjust ourselves with it for the trading purposes. So that's all about the analysis for the week on how to trade the Nifty and Bank Nifty. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed it, just leave your comment or any observations that you have and I missed. I'll be happy to kind of be apprised of that, and look forward to see your comments in the comment box. And if you like this and want to see more, you may want to kind of share this video with others, or like and subscribe the channel. Thanks. Have a good day ahead. Bye.